Dim the lights. Settle in. The adventure continues now.
The journeying class of students left Port of the Scene on their way to Mordenshire. However, in the morning, they were hit by a terrible storm. The winds picked up, the seas got angry, the skies darkened, the waves crashed, and eventually the ship was shipwrecked. An encounter with a sea monster. Many were tossed overboard, several blacked out. Everyone woke up on the shores of some unknown land. After a day of exploration, we're now in the nighttime taking shifts. It's Aster, his wolf, Freya, joined by Niso and Nancy. Some discussion is had about what to do in the morning, including salvaging gear, salvaging what they can from the ship. The rest of the party is bedded down. The skies have gotten dark. You guys talk at the campfire. The insects and the jungle calls are loud and constant. Aster, Freya, Niso, a couple hours into your watch, that nocturnal symphony does go quiet. Make listen checks. Aster, you can roll Freya's as well. Aster, you do hear it in the woods as the insects stop chirping. You hear what sound like footfalls.
Does it sound like regular human steps?
It's hard to tell. They're very spaced apart. It sounds like somebody walking slowly, quietly.
I motion over to Sino with a serious face, so he knows that something is up and something is coming. I command Freya to stay next to me, and I slowly make my way over to Nod without making too much sound to softly and silently wake him up, so that something is up.
The wolf follows your lead. She hasn't quite detected what you have yet, but she's alert to your alertness. Nudge, not.
Yeah, what? My time for shift?
No, there's somebody or something close to us, and it's trying to stay silent.
Oh, beautiful. I quietly, slowly roll over, get to my feet.
Assuming that we're being watched, acting as if nothing out of the ordinary happened, keeping my hand ready at my glaive.
Niso, you see this going on.
I'm going to try to scan the tree line, see if I can see anything.
Gaps in the canopy, moonlight casting through, bugs flying in the air, but that's the only motion so far.
I whisper, it's probably a better idea to stay in the open beach line and stay clear of the forest line for now.
I'm rolling my weapon, slowly stretching, listening, looking around.
I definitely heard something, I whispered to the other guys. So do we keep acting like we don't know anything is up, or do we try to provoke it? It sounded big, whatever is out there.
I still have a detect magic spell, so I'll rock that off.
You produce a magical effect, but you don't see anything looking out into the jungle.
I'll take Freya by my side and I'll whisper, be ready to back me up if need be, and I'll act like I'm taking Freya for a very short stroll towards the, yes,
What did you hear?
long strides apart. And it was trying to stay quiet, very quiet, and it was very successful. Even Freya didn't hear it, but it's definitely out there. Can't you hear the birds? The bats? How they've all gone quiet?
No, I heard them.
Try and throw a torch at the direction I heard it. See what happens.
What is our light situation for the night?
There's a fire burning. The night's gotten pretty cold, so people are gathered close to it. 2 moons out as well. One larger than the other, casting quite a bit of light. Where you guys are on the beach, on the edge of the jungle, in the jungle, there's very little light. Only a few patches where moonlight can pierce through the canopy to the floor.
You could take a branch so you can want it.
I can also take Freya and see if she can smell anything. But then the hunt is on. I need to take her closer because it's not like she's smelling anything now. I'll guess I'll give the...
Or should I just be ready to wake up other people? I'm thinking the sailors.
Yeah, I think staying put and waiting here and seeing if it comes to us is probably our best course of action.
Roll spot checks, everybody, and listen checks as well.
I rolled a 0 on my listen.
So you do notice a form You pass through the moonlight, about 45 feet away from you, about 40 feet into the jungle. You only catch a glimpse of it before it's behind some foliage, past a tree trunk. It was retreating.
Wake up! Wake up! Fen! Wake up!
Humanoid or
It was humanoid, looked tall, skinny.
guy? I just saw somebody. I think it's a human.
Yeah, it looks like it has a cloak like your own, a hood like your own. So it looked like it had ears, triangular ears.
Interesting. Maybe somebody from another tribe here?
I mean, there could be people.
But yeah, guys, a little bit louder now because the creature's probably retreated out of here range by now. Yeah, what do we do? Just stay put, keep on guard, or if only one? Then again, I don't feel like going into the jungle, especially at night.
Agreed. If that's a scout or something for a group, they'll definitely be coming back to deal with us probably before dawn if they're hostile, or after dawn if they're not.
Yeah, it's best to probably keep our guard post up and at high alert for the rest of the night, but let's see if we can get our rest. If it comes to a confrontation, we'll need it.
And goes, oh, and then plants his face back down into his novelty pillow.
All right. The next hour of Aster and Freya's watch goes uneventfully. And rest, Aniso, unfortunately, cannot. Aniso, the wind is picking up, the air is getting colder. The breeze reminds you. So one time near the harbor with a friend, you remember hearing a drunken fisherman tell a story of some fisherman he knew who sailed off the coast into a storm, and then when the storm cleared, he reported sailing past an island that was full of jungle, flowers, birds. He didn't get close to the island, but it wasn't anything that was charted off of the coast of Lamordia. It was interesting to him. He came back and told the tale of it. People at the tavern dismissed him at the time, and he didn't really make much of it. And funny is that this breeze has triggered that memory that came flashing back to you. Nat, you get woken up.
What's going on? My shift?
Yeah, it's you and Manu's shift. You see that Aniso is still awake. The jungle is noisy again. You hear the low-level racket, chattering apes, hunting bats and birds. Other than the breeze coming in off the ocean, the night air is clear. Suddenly, the evening stillness is broken by like a condemned soul being dragged to the deepest abyss. The scream resounds along the length of the beach and chills you to the core of your being. The jungle is deathly silent for a moment. Then the sounds of the wilderness slowly return.
Oh, okay.
I think that was one of us.
Go back to sleep, guys. Now, the sound came up and down the beach.
It came from southwest.
It came from inland. It didn't come from, okay, so it came from inland.
Inland. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where you guys are camped is the north to south stretch of beach. Southwest, a little bit into the forest. The red dots are your tracks yesterday. Stone Man is up here. There are stone men dotting the entire beach beyond this point. This is where the closest one is. This is where the village was, standing, crumbling, oddly out of place village. This is where you guys are. You guys are spread out somewhat. The sailors have been piling up lumber from the ship. You have other goods and stuff spread out. But no other sounds come after that.
Then I continue my watch and wait.
People falling back asleep. So after a few more hours pass, the sky is lightening, but the sun is not up yet.
Oh.
You notice when you wake, then, that it is bitterly cold. The breeze coming off the ocean is cutting,
Oh man, I put back on my blanket then.
biting, cold wind ripping its way through clothing, through blankets, nullifying the heat and the buffeted fire. Aniso, Fan, you guys get to start your morning in the pre-dawn. And
Just make up some grub for the freshly waking people.
the wind is pulling the smoke away from the fire, dragging the flames down. So the heat is really channeled where the wind takes it. It's not really projected out to the sleeping students.
Can I make a improvised windbreak? Pieces from the ship, large pieces of driftwood.
Yeah, you can start dragging large pieces over and piling them up.
When I'm waking up, I'm not going to stay wrapped up in the blankets, and I'm going to do my prayers to my gods.
There is no sun today. It is quite overcast.
I do my morning routine, my rituals of my god, and I also get my spells back.
So the plan is to go out to the ship.
Yeah, go to the ship, see what's left to salvage, and then see if we can build something that's a bit more comfortable to sleep in, possibly also a bit more defendable than just open terrain.
Okay. Fen, one of the sailors was the cook, Old Singe, the short, bald, toothy man who you met on the ship. He joins and helps you with the cooking up whatever was scrounged the day before. Food is another thing that we have to stock up on during the day. It seems like there's lots of opportunities for food, it's just a matter of working for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of work, the other two sailors, one is named Jeb, he's covered in tattoos, he's a shortish man, dark hair. The other one is named Lucky, he's got looks like a large bite taken out of his left ear. He's missing half of two of his fingers on his right hand. They want to know how they can be of use today.
If you can jump with us back to the boat, you know the ship. Once the boat is clear, climb on with us and help us salvage this damn thing. Yeah, what can we see from the shore? How does it look?
One whole side is torn up from the rocky shoal. The masts are both snapped off. The quarterdeck has been dislocated from the rest of the ship and shifted forward. It's in pretty bad shape. The whole ship is held up. It's at about a 15-degree angle. The whole deck looks like it's intact, although quite a mess. You can see water is flooded into the hold through the side. It's been torn open.
Do I remember if the ship had a little rowboat or a little dinghy?
The boat was not on the ship.
Do any of your sailors know how to use the astrogation, navigation stuff that the captain used to plot by stars where we are?
They look at each other. Nope, sorry, my lord. It's a little beyond us, I fear.
Don't worry about it.
I may have some good news on that.
What you got?
Over the night, I seem to recall stories about an island off the shore of Lamordia that matched jungle description that wasn't charted. So we could just be off the shore of Lamordia.
That is good news. But let's get the captain's stuff, and once night comes, let's confirm.
I think the sailors can gather some more survival supplies, such as wood again. Or if we still want to build an escape route, they can do that.
I'd rather keep them with us because we know there's hostiles in the area, and I don't know if it woke you up last night, but somebody apparently got killed in the woods while I was on guard. So there's definitely hostiles in the area, and we know there's probably humanoids at the very least in the area.
What? I thought that it was like a monkey or something.
Maybe, but something got killed in the middle of the night and a blood-curdling scream. These woods are not safe. The sailors, how good are you at fighting?
Oh, well, I mean, we're all right, my lord. We can hold our own, I suppose. Not being in too many fights, I just assume.
Yeah, you guys probably would be better suited coming with us and just staying off the boat while we clear it, and then helping us quickly salvage what we can off the boat and getting it off the boat.
Whatever you say, Governor.
Did anybody keep track of the tide?
When you first saw it was high, now it's coming back in again. You can hear it creaking as the tide shifts, but it didn't dislodge, didn't go anywhere.
Hurry over to the rocks and then calmly, carefully, step by step, make our way onto the ship.
You gotta move north up the coast, and then there's a natural jetty of rocks that you can slowly go out on. It's easy to do when you go slowly. The sailors even manage it without a problem. You can get all the way out. The hold is open in the front. In the back, the quarterdeck is covering where the hold was.
Okay, so basically the boat is opened up inside, and if there was a cat in there, it could have gotten out if it wanted to.
So, or it's still in there. It can also jump us at any minute. We made a good amount of noise getting onto the ship, so if it's still on here, it knows we're coming.
The waves are lapping softly against the sides of the ship. Most of the deck has been swept clean by the lashing of the waves. It now has a ghostly, haunted quality to it. You're looking into the darkness towards the quarterdeck, towards the captain's quarters. You catch a glimpse of the hold. It is open. Sunlight does just barely make it into the shadowy, overhung area where the deck has been pushed. Suddenly, a bloody-headed serpent spirals out, snaking his way towards you.
Oh.
You turn around, you see the same thing coming out of the other hold. You look for a moment, you realize that the head is Captain Stewart, the Somerset's captain. Make will saves. There's another head coming out of the forward hold. It's equally bloody, had been twisted off in salt water. Aster, roll a d4. Roll initiative. Aster, you develop an instant aversion to this thing. His head's drifting towards you. You're overcome by fear, so you flee.
Yeah, I drop my glaive and I try to run somewhere away from the snakes.
It's not, in fact, serpents, but serpent-like tentacles. Anissa, one of them in the back does grab at you. The others are slapping around. Ben, you were able to dodge. Not, you're able to block it with your staff and push it to the side. Anissa, you take 3 points of damage. It's wriggling its way around, trying to grab onto you. Roll a grapple check. You manage to buck it off. Its suckers unsucking one at a time. Then it's your turn. See these tentacles coming from all directions. They're holding onto heads, some recent, some are skulls in the past. Some are bare tentacles reaching for new heads.
It's near good. And try to back away from one. Get myself in a safer location. I'll go in between the people and I'll play my song. And swift action, I will cast a spell. Caster level check was 18. So everybody has +1 against Charm and Fear, and the damage is 3d6 right now.
I'm gonna try and hit one of the little whatchamacallit tentacles and hope for the best. I swing and I miss.
Yep. Take a swipe. It coils back. It's good time to avoid your quarterstaff.
Okay, it just tried to grapple me, so I guess I'm going to attack. Do so.
You take a mighty swipe at a meaty part of the tentacle, but the kind of rubbery texture of it.
I keep cowering in what I would assume to be the safest place, hugging a mast.
Yeah, you're trying to use the mast for cover, since there is no real safe place at the moment. The sailors over on the boulders are just noticing what's going on and freezing, paralyzed in fear.
I don't know, I'm panicked. I'm a little bit out of mind. Would I jump over there or would I stay with the mast? I'm now a little bit divided. I'm in between safety here behind the mast, but if I try to make the jump and a tentacle just comes up and flicks me out of midair, yeah, then I'm also dead. So it seems like a bit of a risky decision to make when panicked.
So his fear response is freeze.
Yeah.
Tentacles lash backwards and then flap forwards. 3 of them slap forward at the deck where Niso is standing, and they slither their way, slap their way, trying to grapple and make 3 grapple checks. Niso. One slaps onto top. Top, you take 1 point of damage, make a grapple check, and then 2 of the tentacles come over the bow and try to grab for you, but you manage to duck under them and move closer towards the rest of the party. Aster, you get slapped for a point, make a grapple check. And Niso, not. You both have tentacles wrap around you, grab you, and start to lift you off of the deck. Ben, it's your turn.
I will stop playing because I see how panicked Diest is, and I would like to aid another against his fear.
Aster, you can go ahead and roll that. Nat?
I'm grappled. I have a quarterstaff. That's not a simple weapon, so my only option at this point is to grapple with it to get free, correct?
No. This thing is moving its way around your torso, so you still have control of the weapon.
Oh, then I'm gonna try and hit the part of it that I can reach that's not wrapped around me.
That does not hit. It swings you around, your staff swings through the air, misses. And Nisa, what are you gonna do? You are also being grappled.
Try to attack one of the ones that's trying to wrap me up.
You hit it hard, chop through about half of it and into the deck of the ship. It lets go, recoils, sinks down into the water. Aster, you are able to, with Fenn's consoling and his music,
Yes, his music reminds me of the forest at home. I feel just relaxed.
Yes, it's my arcane magics that are helping you. No.
I yell out to Nod, did you detect any magic?
No.
In that case, I'm going to try the spell Calm Animal on the giant octopus.
Okay, you were able to cast the spell. It doesn't respond, however.
In that case, it's not considered an animal, but a monster.
Another tentacle hits Not for 2 points. One hits Fen, also for 2 points. Make grapple checks, both of you. The other two, one swings at Niso and misses, the other one at Aster and misses. Then it's got you. Not, you're able to toss it off, push the tentacle away before it can get a good grip. Then it's your turn. You're being grappled, however.
I will try to beat it to the grapple and get out of there.
It's got you pretty good, wrapping its way around you. Not Fen is getting lifted off the deck.
Alright. Is this an undead?
It doesn't appear to be. It does appear to be bleeding.
I have fire domain and I can turn water-based subtype. So I'm gonna do a turn on this sucker and see if I can make it flee. 7, -1 to my character level, so I'm screwed. I didn't get anything done. End of turn.
And Niso, your area is cleared. There's some blood on the deck from where you chopped a couple of tentacles, but the others are now focused at the bow of the ship.
Okay, so who is actually being grappled right now? Just Ben?
Enemy.
Okay. I'm going to move him and they can attack it. Pretty sure that doesn't.
Does not. Over here in the water, one of the sailors has tossed a boulder, dislodging it, tumbles into the water with a big splash. For the moment, tentacles recede, letting go of Not, but trying to take Fen with them. Fen go towards the bow, he grabs onto the rail and holds himself, at least temporarily. Aster, you're the first to respond to this new situation.
Is it letting go of me and trying to move away? Because if so, I'm taking an attack of opportunity.
Yes, and the three of you can take attacks of opportunity. Three of you are not grappled.
I will roll a full attack with my glaive.
Hits him. You quickly slice through, take a broad stroke with the glaive and sever completely through the tentacle. Blood splatters out. Fen falls to the deck. The tentacle, rearing, spurting blood, sinks back into the water.
I guess you can say we're even now.
Its tentacles were coming from the outside and through the inside of the ship, correct?
Yep. Yep. Those green.
From the bottom of the ship, reaching up inside and feeling around.
Yep.
Does anybody have any fire to throw down that hatch?
You guys have a moment to catch your breath.
Then he'll stand up, grab a little broken piece of wood, cast light on it.
Run to the captain's quarters.
Go and close the door behind us. Look to make sure that there's no holes in the floor, windows.
A shout rings out from up on deck. The tentacles have grabbed one of the sailors up off of the boulder. You witness him being dangled in the air. You get around the corner just to see as his head gets twisted off from his shoulders. The other guy on the rock backs as far to the corner as he can.
Run back to shore! That's all I can shout
Jump
at.
on the ship!
Is the ballista still intact?
Yes, it is still intact. The guy freezes. He doesn't run to shore or jump onto the ship.
Ah, yes.
Whoa.
I
Okay.
feel sympathy for him.
I am heading for the ballista.
Okay, you go up the broken ladder to the rickety top rear deck. Position the ballista into place.
I'm following him, thinking he's going to the captain's quarters. When he starts going up to the ballista, I'll follow him up and have my weapon ready so I can try and defend him.
Okay, Fen?
Is the ballista loaded?
Yeah, Aniso is working on that at the moment.
In that case, I will help him load the ballista. So we got 2 people manning it at least.
Okay.
Chucking my spear at it is not going to be really effective, so I think I'm going to try and cast Charm Animal. That's another close range attack, so 25 feet. Is that within my range?
Yes, would be within the range. Let's see. Fen, you get up to Aniso. You guys can fire that ballista. You're still not really able to reach.
I assume it didn't work?
Aster, you get the spell off. It does not appear to have changed the behavior of the thing. It does, once it's got this guy's head off, it does look like it's receding into the water. Anissa, you want to make a ranged attack?
The tentacles at the rocks are retreating.
Yes, with the head and body separate on one side.
And are there still tentacles like on at the deck, at the boat?
No, all of those have proceeded.
He's just, once it's loaded, he's just gonna look like he's not sure, just like, where do I shoot? Because he doesn't know. And I guess if nobody says anything, he will shoot at the tentacles in the water.
Okay. Shoots, plunges into the depth. Doesn't look like it hit. Tentacles disappear down into the water, into the depths, taking the body with it. Some air escapes from its open neck, trails of red mixing in with the water, dissipating. Along the deck, there are the captain's and the first mate's clothes, the ship's compass to be found underneath the binnacle, some of the navigational devices. On deck, there's some rigging, some canvases, but the boat is gone, and the anchors are gone.
Okay. How much does the compass weigh and the gear to figure out where we are at? And is there a map case with map for the area that the captain's had on hand anyways, not this area?
If there was, it has been washed away. The compass is 3 pounds.
Somebody needs to grab the gear for seeing where we are. I don't have the capacity to carry that in my backpack. I'm full.
Okay, cool. Throw it in.
Okay, so we at least can figure out where we are roughly and which way is north.
I suggest that I jump in the cargo hold to have a quick look to see if there's anything of value down.
In that case, before you go here, and he'll stick the wood, I don't know, on your belt.
Oh yeah, the piece.
Reload.
So you look into the hold, it is completely underwater. There do appear to be some barrels floating in the water. Might be salvageable.
Yeah, I tried to salvage one of the barrels if it's easy to get to. If I can try to fish it out of the water real quick.
It's not really easy to fish out. You might be able to get inside and hand it up or walk it up the ladder. Pretty heavy.
Hey, are you okay down there? What are you finding?
I found a couple of barrels, but I don't know if I should jump down further and pull them out. I'll jump down real quick and try to see if I can fish out a barrel. Hopefully it's filled with food or something.
Yeah, so there's a barrel that's labeled salted meat. There's two that are labeled water.
I go for the salted meat one.
I don't know how much you want to look around. It's underwater. Hard to explore very quickly. You want to roll a search check?
Yeah, since I'm down there with them, I'll also roll a search. And I found nothing.
Does the damage to the ship seem to be in a place where the hold is open to the ocean?
Yes.
Yeah, the entire side of it's ripped open.
So, can we lash the barrels together and then float them out back to the shore?
Salted meat barrel you can. The water barrels will not float.
If you can create water, just dump out the barrels that are water, use them to help float the meat barrel, and then we also have barrels for water. When we get back.
Something will push it up the staircase real quick. I just need the meat.
Okay, you can get the meat out. Some movement in the hold.
I got the salted pork. I say we're good to go. Let's go before the monster thingy comes back.
Do a quick search just to make sure there aren't any frickin' canvas on the top of the frickin' boat that we can quickly grab and just go, just cut loose and take with us.
Yeah, some rope.
There are pieces that you can take, pieces of sail, another hole, some rope as well.
I'll grab that and hand it off. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We got all that we could get.
Yeah, let's get that.
Carefully make it over to the rocks, and the trip back to shoreline is uneventful. You make it back to camp with the barrel, some scraps of canvas, rope, a few pieces of wood.
I guess now we should look to solving our shelter issue. We should either look for some natural shelter, such as a cave, or try to make our own, but we need a spot that'd make that easier, probably, right? I don't know much about surviving.
We have shelter right now if we go to that abandoned village.
And the roof's
Are
going
you okay?
to the village, so it's not that much use for shelter.
If we have canvas, we can make a roof and keep the frickin' wind off us. Let's see about wandering back and moving everybody to the ruined village. And then we can check that area out one more time with magic, and then start carefully exploring the area.
Oh, also along the way we keep an eye out for anything like a cave or something like that that would provide any better shelter than the...
Correct.
villages.
Backtrack to where you came from yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think we take most of the carryable supplies with us. The food, all the good loot, and as much firewood as we can carry.
It'll be a week before we can do anything about these bodies. I'll just line them all up. I will give them a blessing because it's the best we can do, and then we move on. We got to take care of the living. Make sure you grab any water skins that they happen to have, because we will need those. And let's spend a quick 15 minutes getting them situated, giving them their farewell blessing, and go.
We take everything useful and then we top up our weight in firewood.
It's slow going, dense undergrowth. You think you found the general direction that you had gone yesterday, but without a trail, there's no real way to know. Much of it looks repetitive. Past beneath the jungle canopy, forest is an odd mix of older broadleaf trees being overgrown by creepers, molds, and mosses. Once you're within the tree line, the jungle is oppressively warm. Air is close and clammy. The birds that call out are unknown to you. Suddenly, the birds fall silent. You realize that you're not alone. Someone or something is nearby in the woods. Spot, you can roll listens as well. And Nisa, you catch a glimpse of something. You all stopped and it stopped. It's about 30 feet away in the undergrowth. And Nisa, you point to where you saw it, but you can't actually see it at the moment.
Greetings.
I hold my glaive at the ready. I try high in both Sylvian and Druidic.
Movement in the trees again, and then you see a humanoid takes off running away. It looks like it's wearing a fur cape.
We've got other people here. We got the sailors with us. We should probably find the shelter and set that up.
Yeah, it's getting late in the day. The shelter is priority. There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, true that. We need shelter for tonight, or we're gonna have another rough night again.
Alrighty. You keep moving. You reach the spot. Somehow you found it.
Okay, we stay as a group, and I'm going to be sweeping the area with detect magic to see if we can find anything, like checking out his creepy doll again to see what the deal is with that. We're looking for a building that preferably has the fewest number of entrances.
There's several decaying buildings.
Where is that creepy doll you said you found?
I don't know, I left it where I found it.
Oh, this building right here looks probably to be perfect, since it looks like there's only one way in. Oh no, there's a couple of holes there. Never mind. You guys gonna come with me as I wander around?
Yeah, I'm also moving.
Are all the ceilings on every place caved in?
Yes.
Does this road lead to anywhere?
It doesn't appear to, no.
Is there water in this well? Dropping a stone in it?
It does sound like there's water in there.
Okay. Source of water, never hurt anybody.
This one only has 4, but it would require quite the big patchwork right there.
We're just huddling in a corridor to stay warm as we sleep and having somebody stay awake to watch the entrances. We're having 2 somebodies awake to watch the entrances.
The best would probably be this corner or this. Was this a fire pit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably around there.
Given what's around, we might be able to grab some stones and whatnot and block off what looks like...
At least some of the smaller ones. Yeah, so some people could be making the low-hanging ceiling. A group of them could be making some walls. Yeah. Let's also cover the roof in case it rains.
Yeah.
Heard that jungles rain a lot.
And while we're working on all of those things, we're also collecting some of the scrap wood from the other houses and stacking it up to create a fire.
Yep, you're gonna have a fire inside?
Yeah, I think we would try to make it inside of the fire
Yeah,
plate.
the fire
so that
pit.
the light, yeah, so that the light doesn't shine out too much and covering it with the canvas and stuff, so we're a little bit hidden away.
Okay.
And the idea is to go a little bit low profile.
You guys get to work with the remaining daylight. You get this building set up for the evening. It is much, much warmer in here. No wind at all. Almost too hot now. Insects are biting.
This wolf man, he's very skittish in keeping his distance, and he just seems to be skulking around. Since we actually have some salted pork, whoever's on watch, if you see the dude, open it up, take a bite out of it, show him it's food. and toss it to him and see if he'll come talk to us. He's stalking us, which is annoying, but I'm always willing to try diplomacy.
It's only one person. If push comes to shove, how much problem does he cause?
He's living comfortably out here by himself.
Yeah, but from his perspective, I wouldn't attack us.
And he's probably stalking us if he's going to be hostile to see if he can win that fight. True.
Novelty Pillow comes out, finding the optimal spot for beauty sleep.
Freya and Esther on duty, and Niso tossing and turning. We'll see if he's able to fall asleep. Esther?
Oh yeah, I'm just pacing back and forth between the openings, sometimes sticking my head out, seeing and listening if I see anything while I'm guard.
A couple hours in, you do start to hear something. First, I'm not sure what it is, but then it's unmistakable, running, coming towards the building.
Everybody wake up. Somebody's coming.
You're able to rouse the group. People spring to action. Anissa, what are you going to do? You hear it coming from the east.
Okay, I guess I will just lift the canvas and take a look out this way.
You catch, walking from north to south, is a pale goat man. He's got long goat horns on the top of his head, a goat face. He stands like a humanoid, walks on two legs. You just barely caught him as he moved out of your angle. But he's in the opposite direction of where you hear the running. Seconds later, there's a slam into the side of the wall up here. Bricks are starting to tumble down. People are awake and able to respond. Roll reflex saves. So you dodge and try to get out of the way of these falling bricks. The wall buckles. The different sides are caving in. Everything is tumbling down. And Nisa, you take 3. After you take 2. Not 4. And Ben, you take 2. You can see now to the outside, you can see that there's another goat-like beast that's just smashed into the wall. He looks a little dazed from having done that. Full initiatives.
That looks like a fake creature.
Looks like dinner on legs.
Did my knowledge arcane check result in anything as far as what these are?
Some kind of arcane aberration. You're not sure exactly. Some kind of beast man, though.
Anything I can pick up off of this?
It's nothing religiously significant. They do look demonic, actually.
First, I'm going to cast Lesser Vigor on myself, and then I can Abyssal saying, "Hey, can you talk to me?" And then I'll say over to Ashter, throw Silva animal language at it too.
And Nisa, what are you gonna do?
Your friend just started speaking demonically.
I don't know that language, so I listen and rub my head because I just got hit with falling rocks. I don't know what they are. They're something. Goat guys. Yeah, he doesn't know. Can I tell if this building is going to hold up at all?
There are corners that are still up, but they are easily toppled.
The one corner we built, that's all that remained.
Oh, so they hit it and the whole thing fell down, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Are they equal size, or is that one much bigger than the other?
Yeah, that one is much larger.
Go defensive.
Okay. Now this one comes bounding for you. It's trying to headbutt, but you duck. You stagger backwards. It slams into the wall, but misses you. Ben?
I start playing my song and casting the spell. And up will be my turn, except I'll 5 foot and to be in between everybody. Nice and safe.
Someone comes bounding in, slams into Glass's tower shield, which you lifted just in time. It falls backwards. This guy is still shaking off the impact. Aster? Notice an opportunity. This guy is unable to attack. Gives open a possibility for you and Freya to get a strike in. You also, Freya is right here by the opening between these two creatures who are attacking your friends.
not told me to yell something at it in Sylvian, I'll yell at it, run away or die, and then I think I'll throw my spear at the one standing outside, the big one.
You hit the wall, it goes tailing off and tumbles harmlessly at the goat man's feet.
Yeah.
Your wolf.
Oh yeah, then she can attack. North one, I think, because that one was already attacking Glass.
The wolf is biting at his heels and he's trying to backpedal. He trips and falls over. Glass would take advantage of this down opponent. Hammer slams down with a large popping noise. The sonic boom bursts into the creature. He's on the ground. He's writhing in pain. You got one that's right outside the former wall. Slamming a quarterstaff against the goat creature. Again, a loud sonic impact does the bulk of the damage. So you've got some cover in these partial walls on all sides, but you can see the creatures swinging through, attacking over top of the rubble. Anissa, you also notice that there are lithe, you think they're almost deer at first, but they're humanoid-shaped deer, walking on two legs, carrying like crude javelins, slowly stalking closer to the party.
I'll just say more incoming, and I guess I'll step here and then attack that one.
It hits Sonicin. You take a mighty swipe with the axe. The thing goes down to the ground. It's spilling blood. Kind of twitches there on the ground. This other goat creature is still toe to toe with Knot. It reaches its open hoof like hand back and swipes at Knot, but Knot is able to parry it with his quarterstaff. Now you can see the bruised tissue of its flesh starts to get its color back. The bruise goes away.
These things are healing. Kill them and then totally kill them. Don't let them lay there unconscious.
Ben, what are you gonna do?
Keep on playing, and then try to use the fireplace as some cover.
Niso, you and Glass see the same thing. This wound that you gave him starts to close up. You see his eyes flutter open. He scrambles backwards, now alert enough that he's able to react. This guy comes bounding into the opening, takes a swipe at Old Singe, smacks into Old Singe. Old Singe goes tumbling down towards Knot's feet. Aster?
I take the glaive into my hands. Then that big guy gets a slashy, stabby, McStab. That do anything?
No.
Yeah, and I have Freya attack the big guy.
Crit! Nice!
The wolf bites the inner leg, tearing into the femoral artery of the creature. Javelins are raining in. One javelin does hit the sailor. He takes the hit, falls behind some rubble. Anissa, you have some cover from the javelins on the north. One is coming close to you, though. Roll a D2. Manage to duck behind the rock. Javelin hits harmlessly off to the side. Manu takes a swipe at his short sword. The burst of sonic energy as he hits. Both sailors are trying to get to their feet. They don't look like they can take too many more of those. Lucky does have a piercing mark from the javelins.
Okay, but they don't look bloody, they're just scuffed. I'm gonna hit this guy again.
Okay. So hit. He's looking beaten up. Sonic bursts to dazzle them. Glass takes one step forward and reaches in front of his power shield to slam his victim. He goes flying out into the pathway, tumbling to the ground. Does not look like he's going to get up from that. Ben, what are you going to do?
I keep on playing my music. Just speak some encouraging words as I play my mandolin. You guys got this! Be careful of the big one! I believe in you!
This guy gets to his feet, takes off running. Big guy takes a swipe at the wolf. She gets kicked by the goat creature for 4 points.
I'll step over and I'll try to stab him with the glaive again.
No, just missed. Javelin comes in at Freya.
Would miss.
I think I'll also give Freya the order to heal, but then more inside of the building, so she's a bit more covered from the javelins.
Okay. Freya takes 1 point of damage from the javelin. Niso and Aster, both of you got hit by javelins incoming from the deer creatures. You take 5 points. Others are hearing the javelins pinging against the walls. And Niso goes down.
Hey, at least you're sleeping now.
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna move over here. I'll drop a vigor on her, so she just got 3 health, and she's going to continue to get 1 hit point every round for the next 11 rounds. Hey, I'm just keeping our fighters up.
Glass runs out the front door of this building. It's shouting, screaming, banging his hammer up against his tower shield. Several of the deer creatures bound off to the forest on this side. Manu's going to take a swipe with his sword, but Ben, you can also go.
I will stop playing, and I will move up and attack the big guy. My first attack of the game. I probably missed.
Yep. He takes a swipe at Manu as Manu comes bumbling out. The goat creature backhands Manu. He goes tumbling off into the brush behind the side of the building. Aster?
Yeah, I'll do another.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay. So go for its neck.
Slice through its neck. It gushes blood out in front of it, pouring down over by the front line here. Manu, Freya, several others are getting coated in blood. Goat creature collapsed down to the ground with a thud. The deer creatures start taking off, running for the woods.
If I can pick up one of their javelins, because once I get at them.
When you grab it, it gets sonically charged.
You come really close, but because it's such an inaccurate weapon, it just barely missed. Like it does bound off into the trees. It disappears under the cover.
Let that one be a warning.
I cast Lesser Vigor on this guy right here, so he starts regenerating.
You have a vigor left?
I still have, I have 1 more Vigor left. Here, have a Vigor.
Fen will recover his supplies and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm also getting my spear back in. And we're taking a look at the goat man. If he doesn't have anything of value, I'll skin him for his skin.
Yeah, we have 2 goat men, and we need some cold weather gear if we're going to be in certain areas, obviously.
They looked like savages. They had crude clubs. They're in loincloths. One of them had a crude iron dagger, but they don't really have much else of use other than their skin.
Guess we should go to the next one over and at least shield ourselves from some of the elements and then just pass out.
I think I understand what this place is about. Check me on this. We have statues all around of people in agony. When we tried to sleep on the beach, the actual elements of this place was attacking us and preventing us from sleeping. We moved to a spot where we could have shelter and cover, and literally things came and attacked and destroyed that shelter. This place is just trying to screw with us and keep us from getting any rest or sleep. It's just trying to fatigue us. It's an island of agony.
Possibly. If that was their chief, guessing by his size, I don't think they'll attack us soon. First they'll be infighting for the next couple of weeks, deciding who the next chief is going to be.
This place we're trapped in, as I'm understanding it, is like a prison. It is to make people suffer. And this specific island has statuettes of people suffering. It's saying, here's what this place is about.
Oh yeah, but these goat things are savages, and I know savages.
I'll stay up with you as we go through the trouble of skinning these things to make sure they don't take off with the bodies and the meat in the middle of the night, and then we'll get some sleep.
While you're doing that, we'll work on putting a fake roof in case it rains.
Now we actually have plenty of food. I assume we'll get attacked by the goat people again tomorrow. That means we have a few days of guaranteed food, skinning and eating those sons of bitches.
Are you guys going to plan to eat the 2 that you have here?
Oh yeah, we're butchering them for a reason.
Would it be considered cannibalism?
They're very humanoid.
Yeah, they're goat heads, so they're just humanoid animals. They're not human, they're dinner.
That's sort of like saying that you would eat pork.
Yeah, and we have a literal barrel full of pork. It's not like we're in a starvation scenario.
Yeah, we basically have a week's supply of food for all the living people.
In that case, I'm not eating it. I don't mind taking their goats because it's useful. You know, you shouldn't let it go to waste.
Fen's over in the other room setting up a fake roof. Yeah, and then go back to sleep.